Ever heard the name Nicki Minaj and just thought of pink wigs and wild outfits?
Well, what if I told you that behind all the sparkle is a story of pure grit, a woman who clawed her way to the top of a man's world and built her very own throne brick by painstaking brick?
This isn't just about a pop star. It's about a queen who crowned herself. Stick around, because you're about to see the real Onika Tanya Mirai. Let's rewind. Long before she was the queen of rap, she was Onika, born in Trinidad and Tobago and raised in Queens, New York. Life wasn't a fairy tale. Her childhood was tough, marked by instability and challenges that could have easily derailed her dreams.
But even then, a fire was burning. She found an escape, a voice, through acting and music. She attended LaGuardia High School, the famous performing arts school that inspired the movie Fame, honing her craft and dreaming of a bigger stage. She didn't just wake up one day as Nicki Minaj.
The journey was a grind.
We're talking countless mixtapes, hustling on the streets of New York, and spitting rhymes that were sharper and wittier than anyone else on the scene.
Remember those early mixtapes like Playtime Is Over? That was Nicki putting the entire industry on notice.
She wasn't just another female rapper. She was a lyricist, a storyteller, with a dozen different characters living in her head.
She could switch from sweet and vulnerable to a straight-up lyrical assassin in the blink of an eye. This wasn't just a gimmick.
It was a showcase of her incredible range and creativity.
Then, a pivotal moment. Lil Wayne,
the rap legend, heard her mixtapes and saw the raw, untamed talent. He signed her to his label, Young Money Entertainment, in 2009.
That was the spark that lit the fuse.
Suddenly, Onika from Queens was in the studio with the biggest names in the game. Her verse on Kanye West's Monster is still considered one of the greatest guest verses of all time.
She didn't just hold her own alongside giants like Jay-Z and Kanye.
Many argue she stole the entire show.
That's when the world truly started to pay attention. The girl from Queens was here, and she was not asking for permission.
Her debut album, Pink Friday, dropped in 2010, and it was a cultural reset.
It shot to #1 on the Billboard 100, and suddenly, you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing Super Bass. That song was a phenomenon.
It wasn't just a rap song. It was a pop anthem that crossed every genre and demographic.
It proved that Nicki could dominate the hardcore rap charts and the pop charts simultaneously, a feat few had ever achieved. She showed the world that a female rapper could be a global, mainstream superstar on her own terms. From there, it was a rocket ship, album after album. Like Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded, and the Pinkprint, she continued to break records. She became the female artist with the most entries on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, surpassing legends. Think about that. More hits than Aretha Franklin, more than Whitney Houston.
She wasn't just participating in the music industry, she was rewriting its rules. But let's talk about the alter egos for a second. Roman Zelensky, Harajuku Barbie, and all the others. These weren't just costumes.
They were outlets for her multifaceted personality and artistry.
They allowed her to explore different sounds, different flows, and different stories. It was a brilliant way to showcase her versatility and keep her audience constantly guessing. In a world where artists are often pressured to fit into a neat little box, Nicki built a whole universe of characters.
She was a businesswoman, a brand, a one-woman creative agency. Okay, let's take a quick pause here.
If you're finding this story as inspiring as I am, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We dive deep into stories like this all the time, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Your support helps us keep telling the tales of icons who changed the game.
Thank you so much. Now, back to the Queen. Beyond the music, Nicki Minaj became a business mogul. She understood from day one that music was just one part of the empire. She launched fragrances that became bestsellers, secured major endorsement deals with brands like Pepsi and MAC Cosmetics, and even became a judge on American Idol. She was proving that her influence extended far beyond the recording studio.
She was building a brand, a legacy. This brings us to her net worth. As of recent estimates, Nicki Minaj's net worth is in the ballpark of $150 million.
Let that sink in. This isn't inherited wealth.
This is the result of relentless hard work, sharp business acumen, and an unwavering belief in her own talent.
From a challenging childhood in Queens to a 9-figure fortune, she is the embodiment of a self-made icon. She didn't just break through the glass ceiling.
She shattered it and then built a penthouse on top. But her impact isn't just measured in dollars.
It's measured in the door she kicked open for a new generation of female artists.
Before Nicki, the idea of a female rapper achieving massive, global, Mainstream success on this scale was almost unheard of for years.
She revitalized the female rap scene.
Artists like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Doja Cat, while all incredibly talented in their own right, are operating in an industry that Nicki Minaj fundamentally reshaped.
She proved that there isn't just room for one queen.
There's room for many, and she laid a blueprint for them to follow. Her fanbase, the Bots, is also a testament to her power. They are one of the most dedicated and fiercely loyal fanbases in modern music. Why? Because they see themselves in her. They see her fight, her resilience, her refusal to be silenced. She's not just an artist to them.
She's an inspiration, a symbol of strength who tells them it's okay to be bold, to be different, and to demand your worth. Of course, the journey to the top is never without controversy. She's been outspoken, she's been involved in public feuds, and she's never shied away from speaking her mind. But that's part of what makes her so compelling.
She's unapologetically human.
She's flawed, she's fierce, and she's real. In an industry that often demands perfection, Nicki has always presented herself as a work in progress, and that authenticity is a huge part of her appeal.
So, when you look at the legacy of Nicki Minaj, don't just see the pink wigs or the flashy videos.
See the young girl from Queens who used her lyrical genius to build an empire. See the businesswoman who turned her brand into a global phenomenon. See the trailblazer who reopened the door for female rappers to dominate the charts.
She didn't wait for a seat at the table.
She built her own table, and then she built the whole room around it. She is, without a doubt, a queen who built her own throne.
Her story is a powerful reminder that with enough talent, tenacity, and an unbreakable will, you don't need anyone to hand you a crown.
You can forge one yourself.
Thank you so much for watching and taking this journey with me.
What's your favorite Nicki Minaj song or moment?
Let me know in the comments below.
And if you haven't already,
please consider subscribing to the channel for more stories about the icons who shape our world.
See you in the next one.